And we're back. Don't blink, here's your blink. Welcome to the Content Show. This is Ling Wolf, having a wonderful day. This is a video that I'm super excited about to make. Last week, we made an announcement as to which we wanted the channel to be a bit more of a weight loss channel. Now, ultimately speaking, there's a multiple thing that I want to talk about, so it's not gonna be the longest video, but it'll be a very charged video. Shout out to Sleep Token for the new song Emergence, which is fucking phenomenal. So what we're gonna do is a lot of people are DM me to say, hey, I kind of like the old content, and I'm not sure if I would follow if it's a weight loss channel. And my issue with that is the channel in itself is going to be a lifelong channel. So this is going to be a channel that I'm going to keep on 20 plus years if I can, right? Of course, there's always the possibility that things close, but as long as I can, I'll do it, right? And I understand that the weight loss content is not for everyone, but it's a personal journey. I think we spent a lot of time last year, and I mentioned that before, but we spent a lot of time last year into oh, I forgot to take a thumbnail. I forgot to take a thumbnail. So I want to do like a no. I want to do something like it's supposed to be sad, but it's not sad. There you go. Thumbnail. Feel like that way it's like clickbait, right? But yeah, so the weight loss journey, I understand it's not for everybody, and I understand that a lot of people, for example, I'm not gonna name names because that's not the goal, but some of the people that came in and said, hey, I'm not super down with weight loss content, and these people are also overweight, and it's kind of like, it's kind of odd because me being overweighted was relatable to other people that were in a similar health condition than I am, right? So of course this is kind of odd. But at the same time, like I said, it's a 20 plus years channel. I'm 32 years old. I started late. I started at 28, but at the same time, I wanted to continue and continue and continue and continue. You know, see, one of my role models, my father. My mom's also a role model, but for that, it's such a complicated story. My father always had to have a pride saying, "Oh, I've been at this job for so many years." So you hear that and like, "Holy shit!" And then my mom, and for my father, see, it's completely different. For my father, it was a pride of it was the pride of how many years you work. It was a constant once a week. Once a week it was mentioned. It was annoying, but it was sweet, you know. It's like, okay, we got it, dude. And my mom was also an amazing worker. My mom very loyal, very very loyal, and she worked to a place. But it was the difference here is my mom never mentioned how many years she was working. She knew how many years she had left, so she was like, yo, whoa, I still have a couple of years left, right? And it's a completely different mentality, but they both started kind of young. They both had this job for a while. My mom quit for retirement, and then she came back because she got bored. You know, but with me, I love this. I love this. Even the last job that I had, and again, I'm not trying to throw myself flowers. I'm not trying to suck my own. But it's a job that I did like. It's a job that I cared about. It's a job where I love the people I worked with. It's a job that I had horrible memories. And I still made 8 years, you know? Now, this is something I fucking love. And I've been doing it for 4 years. So, yeah. I'm excited for that. So, coming back to the weight loss, I understand that it's not for everybody. I understand that a lot of people are going to be like, dude, it's not for me. And I understand that, but at the same time, it's not... I want to lose the weight, yes. But it's also... And I'm not judging people for being overweight. I'm not judging people, but I understand that at my age it's a lot harder. The reason a lot of people are asking me, how did you get that bad, right? The real reason, I could tell you, oh, I was working too hard. I was working too hard. I was too stressed. I needed comfort food. It's bullshit. Okay, I'm telling you the truth. It's bullshit. The reason why I let it go that bad is every single summer I went to my mom's house and I would gain a lot of weight, right? And I would go back to my father's house and lose it. So I've gained weight 20 plus time, and I've lost weight 20 plus time. There's three in my life. There's three places in my life where I was very very fat. 3 occasions I was very very fat, and those 3 occasions I lost the weight. So there's this mentality of, oh my god, eminence. Sleep token. Want to make sure. Emergence. So fucking good. So I went in. I was like, oh, it doesn't matter how much weight I get. No, it does, because now it's a lot harder. And the top of this is getting slower, you know. So I do understand, but all of this to say, if this is not something, I'm trying to sit on the fence, and I know a lot of people are gonna get mad at me for that. A lot of people don't like fence sitter. The way I'm gonna sit on the fence today, tomorrow, for the next couple of months, next couple of years, who knows? It's temporary. I don't think I'll ever have a weight loss channel or a health channel because I'm just not that guy. I do like being confused. I do like doing this video and this other video, right? Um, so if you don't like the content, I'm starting to see you go. If you like the content, and this is when I say to the fans, this is the worst possible way you can do it. But you know me, I don't think before I act. If you do not like the weight loss content, I'll be back in a couple of years. And if you do like the weight loss content, don't get used to it. uh, what a horrible salesman. And then in a couple of videos I'm gonna say, hey, I could sell ice to Eskimos, which is actually pretty racial when you think about it, right? But hey, so yeah, so we're gonna see how it goes. Tomorrow, see, I have a plan. So this is for the people. This is a shout out for the people that stay till the rest, till the very end, which handful. I am gonna start tomorrow, and I wanted you guys to. I wanted you guys to hold me accountable, to say, hey, dude, you're fucking up. Hey, dude, that's not enough. Hey, dude, you need to do more. And I found the best way possible to do it. Whenever I'm gonna be on a treadmill, the original plan was to film it, play video games. But it's gonna be with you guys. It's gonna be weight loss. It's gonna be talking to you guys. We're gonna be doing this on TikTok Live. We're gonna be doing the whole thing on TikTok Live. We're gonna be doing the workout on TikTok Live. So this gonna means that we're gonna do multiple segments. Now, I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know how it's gonna go. Are we gonna be pushing forward the idea that we're doing one TikTok Live the whole time, or not? Because I do have a tough part. We do have a really tough. So if I post it on TikTok, I can only film an hour. I can put it on YouTube. I can film 4 or 5 hours. I don't care. But on TikTok, I have to be more aware of the time. So it's gonna be micromanagement. I don't mind doing it, but it's gonna be something different, right? Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink. It's you going. Welcome to the company show. You guys are doing well. Having a wonderful day on this 23rd March 2025. Here's the winter 2025 recap. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say screw that video, right? I'm gonna taste Holland Orange cocktail instead. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna taste that, and then we're gonna do another video so that the other video we can drink as we do it. Sounds good? Sounds good. So don't blink. This is you boying. Welcome to another show. I was doing what was having a wonderful day. Sorry for the weird intro, but as you know, we don't plan for shit, which is possibly the reason of our downfall, or possibly the reason for upbringing. Let's call it falling in reverse. A little shout out to the band. Even though we're listening to Sleep Token Emergence, amazing song. Today we're tasting Alan's Canadian favorite orange juice. Now, my mom got me this saying, Inky, it's winter. It's cold, sweetie. And I was like, nah. And I think the fragile. I'm in a good mood today. I think the fragile male ego, like, fuck your orange juice. I'm good, dude. So we didn't drink it. And now since it's one of the first day where I can make videos outside, so fucking go. I'm in a really good mood. Why? Why not? There's nothing inside to protect from the, which is a bit weird. I was expecting definitely, hoping that something was in between to cover. As you can see, the best before date is a 22, 15, 29. That doesn't make any fucking sense, but okay. I trust you. As they say in French, as they say in Spanish, as they say in English, and then in French. Yes, we already tasted it. And I know what you're saying. Dude, you already tasted it. It's not honest. And technically, you're right. It's not honest. However, you come in with a fresh mindset. When I did drink this, I was like, you know what? It's not sweet enough. And you had things like Fruitopia, Sunny D, a lot of fruit juice that are Canadian. I'm not American. I know it's surprising, but I'm not. So yeah, so it's not too sweet. It's not too sweet. It's not sweet enough. It's actually perfect. There's a really nice taste of orange. There's a non-pulp for you guys who don't like pulp, so that's a plus. Feels very, very natural. Well, let's see the. I don't know if I should. Let's see the ingredients. Water, sugar. Sugar, glucose, fructose, concentrated apple or grape or orange, tartrazine, sunset yellow, FCF, natural flavor. So yeah, so possibly not the healthiest thing, but actually pretty nice. Honestly, listen, we're splurging, this is healthiest. This is healthier than what I usually would drink, which is soft drink, energy drinks, right? So it's actually pretty good. Now that I said the ingredient list, I'm a bit like, ooh, but let's forget the last 15 seconds. Let's do a Men in Black. Let's do a recap. Let's do a rewind. And this is finer than the finest of wine. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Fuck, my eyes are in my eyes are in my ear. My ears are in my head. I know I seen. There's days like this where I think I'm weird. Love chaotic energy. It's a lot of chaotic energy. Anyway, love you guys. I haven't done a video about it. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Dominic, it's your boy. Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are doing well, so having a wonderful day. Today we're entering a comment, and I know usually when I enter a comment, there's a comment right here, right? But I'm not gonna put it. There's a couple of reasons as to why I don't want to put the person, because it's a pretty rude comment, right? But I don't know if the person is innocent. I don't know if the person is trying to be nice. You see, and some of the comment was, one of you videos you seem high. What's going on? Now, I'll be completely honest to the person. You're gonna see this video, you're gonna recognize yourself. If this is a mean comment, fuck you. Fuck you, goodbye. If it is a nice comment, I want to answer that on the purpose, on the context of this is a positive comment. So as you guys know, I got ADHD. Right now, the reason why I act weird often isn't because of ADHD, but there's something called chaotic energy. So what's going on is again, none of this is fact. This is all my perception. I see a lot of people that are gonna have normal amount of energy and be able to control it. Right? There's good energy. There's positive energy. There's the fact that I gotta get up to get to work. So I need that energy, right? In my case, I got ADHD, which means that I have this extra energy and I don't know how to spend it. So often case, what's gonna happen is, and I'm not an expert in ADHD by any means. I am actually underprepared for the sickness that I have. But in my mind, what it is the same thing as when you bottle up anger, when you bottle up sadness, when you bottle up happiness, it all explodes. So this energy, you don't really need it. Like lately, I haven't been as active as I used to be, which is okay. But this energy comes in and it's bottled up, and when it opens, you don't know what to do with it. So it's a lot of energy that comes in. So often you're gonna see me speaking very fast. Now these ideas that come in fast, so it's faster, right? So this is the energy that is bottled up. So today, for example, I have a lot of energy, right? Now, I am extremely lucky to be surrounded with people that are able to allow me to use that energy, like Lily or Holly. And those are two people that are also fucking weird, but I love them, but they're fucking weird. So when I am fucking weird, it's like, yo, you're one of us, you know? And it's a beautiful thing. So this energy, it's just hard to control. And it's not hard to control because you have more energy. A lot of people mistake this energy, this ADHD energy, or this chaotic energy as, why don't you control yourself? Why don't you speak slower? It's because it's so much at the same time that you have an overdose of it. And it's a surge. It's like a power surge. It's like a meteor, a falling star, right? So it happens really, 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 really fast. And after a couple hours, you're back to normal, right? But then, as a content creator, this is actually a really, really intense thing. So when I'm gonna have this burst of energy, I'm gonna have more ideas. I'm gonna write it down. Depending on what I'm doing, I'm gonna make that video, right? One of my videos are not planned. So the reason why my videos are not planned is for three reasons. We're lazy as fuck, right? Lazy as fuck. Second, most of the time it's a video that I thought about a couple minutes, an hour, the same day at the very least, right? Third one, we don't give a fuck because this energy needs to get out, right? Now, ultimately speaking, and this is the main argument that I have for as to why I'm doing this video. I and I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to judge, but I fucking hate people that are, hey, we're gonna have visitor. Let's clean up the house. No, your house is a mess half the time. Half the time, right? Or, for example, my parents were both saying, hey, you need to cut your hair because you're going to get a job. You're going to have a job interview. And I'm like, if the reason I didn't get the job is my hair, then, you know, it's a lot of pretending that everything's okay, right? So I could be taking a step back and not make videos. But I'm all about transparency. I'm all about honesty. I'm all about, this is the way I'm feeling today. I have a lot of energy. This is going to be the energy. Now, ultimately speaking, a lot of people are going to say, and they're right, this affects your general channel. So the general channel, for example, you have this great video, then you have this horrible video. So people don't know what to expect. They will not, I don't know. They will not know where you stand, which is really bad because they won't know like, hey, next time I'm gonna watch, is it bad or is it good, right? Am I willing to waste my time? No, so they won't watch, right? And that's okay. That's cool. I respect that. But at the same time, this is my channel. This is my life. This is 28,000 videos of my life. And if you believe that every single one of them is going to be perfect, that's you. But I don't think so. I don't expect that. Also, the fact that I talk to you guys about a lot. And sometimes too much information, and I get that. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you if I'm addicted to porn. Who is addicted to porn here that I won't tell people? Raise your hands. I know your hand is raised. It's okay, me too, right? It's all about transparency. It's all about this is how I am today. One of the things that I really learned with this channel, with this social aspect of it, is demanding forgiveness, wanting forgiveness, wanting to be forgiven. I never really cared about people's opinion, but now that I realize how amazing some people are, when I keep them in your life, right? So yeah, but that's why sometimes I'm gonna have a very weird mood. It's just overload of energy. It's completely normal, right? Not different, and I like the fact that this main video makes me look like a victim. I am not a victim. I am not a victim. I will never be a victim. I never was a victim. I'm different, and that should be okay. Huh? Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink. It's your Blink. Welcome to the Home Tutorial Show. Doing well on this 23rd March 2025. Here's a video for the Ink Veneta Gaming channel, and it's the absolute pleasure that I had. Lately I've been looking. Okay, so how not to start a video? Sorry, not start a video. So you guys, most of the content you're gonna see from me is from the Twitch, it's from the streaming, it's from the gaming channel, right? Because we're in the gaming channel. Now, Twitch hasn't allowed me to stream lately because we have too many hours of content. And because we have too many hours of content, I can't stream. But this gaming aspect, and it's nice because I was having a gamer burnout. So I've been using I bought a nice retro emulator. So I wanted to come in here to do two videos in one. The first subject is going to be how emulator changed my life, first of all. And then I'm going to talk about uh, the my best memories of with old games, my best memory with old consoles. So let's touch with the emulator. I'm gonna go with the emulator first. I think the emulator. I come from a very very strict family, and that very strict family was always like, "Hey, no more gaming, no more gaming, no more gaming." And as a kid, you wanted to game. I went into survival mode, and survival mode in the best fashion was a very weird thing. So what I started doing was my mom. This is absolutely a true story. This is absolutely a fantastic story. This is an incredible story. My mom used to buy me every single console. I was a Nintendo DS, PSP, and I would, I would use the Game Boy Color because the Game Boy Color, I could bring it to my father's house. Retro gaming was such an important thing for me, for so many reasons. I remember being in my bed, and you know the kid that have this flashlight and are reading. I was a kid that had a flashlight in my mouth and was playing Pokemon Silver. That's why the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Color and the Nintendo 64 are so important to me. Now, on paper, I do prefer the Game Boy Advance. There's a lot more game that I prefer on the Game Boy Advance. However, the Game Boy Color, I had access to it. It was also the Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64, I had it from the age of 4 years old, 4 years old, and 1997 when it came out. And then I had it till my fifth high school. So fifth year of high school is 11th grade, and I didn't skip a year. We redid it a year, so I was like 17, 18. So there's 14 years where I had Nintendo 64, and the PS5 was a great console. The PS4 was a great console, but the PS4 it was a weapon for my father to use. As you know what, you're not being kind, you're not being good. Will confiscated the PS4, and it was so weird because he would never confiscate the Nintendo 64. It was too old. It was like, how the fuck are you still playing it after 14 years? My father didn't want to buy new games because he wanted me to go outside to play sports, right? But those two consoles were everything to me. I still remember how flawed they were. Out of Nintendo 64, the craziest fucking thing is how hard it is to emulate. And the Game Boy Color, the lack of light when it's dark, you're gonna play. This is kind of bullshit, right? Nobody ever will do that again. The Game Boy Advance did something better, but the Game Boy Color, it was horrible. I don't even remember if the Game Boy Advance was lighted. The best console ever made, in my eyes, is the Game Boy SP, because it was the first Game Boy that you had a light and you could connect. That was amazing. That was fucking amazing, and it was pocket size. It was perfect. So going back to the Nintendo 64 and the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Color, and it's weird because I'm noticing a lot of similarity in those. For example, I had two games that I preferred over everything. They both from Nintendo. My two favorite games as a young adult, as a kid, as a young adult, as an adult, has been Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, right? Ocarina of Time is a very simple thing. It's the perfect story. It's the story of a kid who has been protected. He's a chosen one that's been hidden, and now he's been hidden, and now he's in the plot, and then he gotta save the world. He makes a mistake, he gets betrayed, and then he has to fix this mistake. Ocarina of Time, the greatest thing that you have is the childhood saga, saga. It's almost a tutorial. It's almost not important. But then you realize that narratively speaking is one of the most important parts. Link is able to make friends. So all of the sages, if you know the game, you know what I'm talking about. So all the sages are people that you met as a kid, which is crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna say not Nairu, but Nairu you met her as a kid. It's not her name. Who's the Gerudo? And I forgot. The Ocarina of Time was a perfect game. From start to finish, it was perfect. From start to finish, you had the story. But then I've had Majora's Mask, and Majora's Mask, it was about the world building. It was about the environment. It was about the idea behind it. It was about how little details there was, how rushed it was, and it was the perfect fucking game. Not because of the story. The story in itself is good, but it's nowhere near the beauty of Ocarina of Time. Give me more lore, and it beats Ocarina of Time. But as a simple piece, it isn't. There's also the fact that Majora's Mask is a very hard game to love. So with Ocarina of Time, the best thing about Ocarina of Time was that it was influenced by games like Skyward Sword. So Skyward Sword had a lot of lore to it. Majora's Mask is no game that uses that uses it, the lore. The only game that kind of uses the lore is the Twilight Princess. It doesn't use it on purpose. It uses the same culture. So I believe that the Majora's Mask is from the Twilly, and the Twilight Princess is the Twilly. But apart from that, it's not even confirmed. These two games were perfect, and I played them, and I played them, and I played them, and I played them, and I loved them. But as an adult, see, my my needs. I think that's the problem. I think my needs change. I think my needs really change. So at first I was gaming for fun, but then I kind of lost the passion for gaming, to be honest. And I was just like, well, I don't want to game as much. So as a gamer, I could game for 12, 20, okay, not 20, but 12, 16 hours a day. There's no problem. I said, I can't do that. I don't want to do it because I like to film a lot more. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm only going to be playing half of the game or a third of the game that I'm playing. And now, Nintendo 64, my favorite game, isn't even Zelda anymore. It's Paper Mario. Because it changed so much. It's funny. There's a bunch of characters that are super funny. It gave a really nice series. But more than that, it aged beautifully. So Ocarina of Time still aged beautifully, but the faces are a problem. Majora's Mask aged beautifully, but the faces are a problem. What I mean by the faces are a problem is the faces are going to be the same. So for example, take a game like Mario 64. Take a game like Donkey Kong. They have this almost, so it's polygon. Right? And the polygon are going to be a shape. So a circle shape, and then you build on that circle. Versus designing a character from scratches. Now we have the Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy Color is also a beautiful thing because my favorite game was for the longest time was Silver. To me, Silver was also the perfect game. It was the perfect fucking game. It was the perfect game because why? Because Silver was as complicated as I wanted Pokemon to be. We had the berries, we had a night and day. We had a male and female character, which was phenomenal. We had 251 Pokemon, which was phenomenal. It was such a nice game, and the post content was the first game. So to me, that was beautiful. Pokemon Silver will forever be a perfect game. I will not change a thing. But then you realize that the Pokemon Silver, the story compared to a game like Pokemon Yellow, is not as good. Pokemon Yellow has a better story, but Pokemon Yellow is a better story because of personal attachment, of nostalgia. So I watched the Pokemon Indigo Plateau, but I didn't watch the Johto Journey, right? So of course, and a game like Yellow, which is inches from being perfect, to me is more enjoyable than Silver. Now Silver, I love it. I'm gonna have a good time every single time I'm gonna play it. But Yellow, it's such a magical game because you're inches away from perfection. Red and Blue, you have those cities that are the same color. The whole game is the same color. It's red if you're Pokemon Red or blue if you're Pokemon Blue. With the Yellow, every single city has a different. There's a lot more sprites. And Pokemon Yellow is a cheating game because you can have the 3 starters. You have the 3 starters first of all, and you have Rocky, which is a Machamp. You can have a Machamp in this game without even trading with a friend. So this game is phenomenal. But again, with the years that pass, although I love these two games, I play them so often. I play them so often, and I have to admit that my favorite game in the series is in the Pokemon, the Game Boy Color. I'm gonna have to give it. I have no choice, but to give it to Mega Man X. Pokemon Yellow and Silver. I don't know, it breaks my heart. I can't talk about it. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because I wanted those 2 games to win. Now we have the emulator. You guys know that I came from a family that was very strict, very hardworking. So when I came to the apartment, I wasn't wanting to work because again my own preconceived notion of work and how much it costs to a person's life. And the emulation was a free way to play games, and it was phenomenal. And it was my bread and butter for years. It was my bread and butter in the sense that I would come in and I would, oh fuck, it was nice. I would listen to the radio. I didn't have TV. I didn't have fucking internet. I had radio. and I play emulator. And at first, it was a opportunity to play a game that I didn't own. It was an opportunity to play a game that I didn't know. It was an opportunity to do a lot of stuff that I couldn't do. But in the very end, my fondest memories of the emulator is playing fan-made games. Pokemon. Those were the days because it was the community. It was something that brought us together. I didn't have to be online to play with people. I played games that people did, not companies did, but people did, and that was breathtaking. That was breathtaking. That was mesmerizing. And I have to say, I have to admit that those were the best years of my life. I don't know if that's sad. I don't give a fuck if that's sad. It's the truth, right? Anyway, that is pretty much it. That I love you, that you matter. I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy. Peace. Dom Link is your blink. Welcome to the Welcome to the show. This is doing well. Having a wonderful day on this 23rd March 2025. Today we're talking about my winter. So this is a 2025 winter recap. I wanted to do month recap, but I think months is too much. So my winter was a hard one, and it's not a complaining one. It's not a complaining one. It's not a making myself a victim one. It's more so people that follow the channel, and I do owe them respect. I do owe them an explanation on what happened over the winter. For the winter, okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I started the channel 4 years ago, I had this passion. I had this passion for gaming, and I was streaming, and then I started making videos like this. And I realized my true passion was this, you know? That's where my heart was, right? Okay, winter. Winter is gonna be the one where I'm streaming a lot. And it's so weird because I had kind of like a seasonal depression. Never had that before. Now there's multiple aspects of it. We kind of get into it. But more so than that, with Twitch. And I'm not mad, but I'm pissed off. The fact that they said, you know what, you can only have 100 hours. That's bullshit because now I cannot stream anymore. I have to upload still 300 hours of work, which is hard to do. It's really hard to do. Again, not complaining, but you know. So that being said, what exactly happened was, I think it's because I went out more last year. I went out and I experienced outside, and I experienced nature, and I experienced what it was to be out, and it felt wonderful, and it felt great. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do that my whole life, you know? And I think I went back inside, and I think this weekend was, this winter was about realizing how little I could do inside. And it's funny because a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, the inside of the apartment was all I needed to make videos. And then I started making videos outside, and I realized how fun it was and how much I craved that, right? And that was everything to me. So the fact that I wasn't able to do this, the fact that I was able to do streaming, it's odd because I had plans and I could have done much more. I admit it, but then those plans were always part of something bigger. There's always, like, you know, one piece of the puzzle, but they were never the puzzle, right? So this comes to me, and I'm like, that's a bit weird. That's a bit weird because I would have preferred, I would have loved to do something akin. I would have loved to do something akin to. It was a period of understanding the mistakes. For example, taking a book and analyzing or recapping every single chapters versus a book itself, right? And that's such a shame because I would love to do that. It was such a hard 4 months. I was feeling sad. I was feeling down, and we still made a fucking ton of content, which was great. And I still had some very good moments. I'm still very happy about the autumn of the winter, but the fact that it was so different from the summer, and I wanted the summer to be back. And I became complacent. I became lazy. Yeah. And I think that's the part I'm the most ashamed of. This winter wasn't as pleasant as I wanted it to be. And ultimately speaking, it doesn't matter because we're gonna make content anyway. But it does matter in a sense of this is my dream, and I cannot take. I'm building it. I cannot take months off, season off, right? That's part of the craziness of going to do this for the rest of my life, you know? Being my own boss is the best thing ever and the worst thing ever. Having my own company is the best thing and the worst thing ever. Because it's always. You cannot go back home and relax. It's always. So in the winter, I felt trapped at home, and I felt trapped, and I wanted to work out a little bit, then realized how badly, how unhealthy I was, how bad of a shape that I had. And I realized that I had a lot less energy. Felt fatigued, very fatigued. And I kept on blaming so, the month of October I did the burnout. And then I got better in November, but in November that was already the winter. So I kept thinking that I kept thinking that the problem that I had was over. I don't know, man. I don't know. That I still had the incurrence of burnout, which wasn't the case. It wasn't the case. It was just a dude that was tired. Still don't know if I'm better, but I know what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna become healthy. And if that's anything, I don't care how long this takes. I don't care how long my social media career takes to take off. I don't care how many years I have to spend not making a penny. I'll starve because I'll starve. Also, I don't give a fuck. My health-wise, I know that this is something that I have to fix. Not quick, but sooner than later. And that's the main focus now. So that's pretty much it. Anyway, sorry for the weird video. But I love you, that you matter. I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy.